The Laws of Mental Transformation, Part 2. How our mindset forms. There are five principal ways mindsets are formed. Number one is through our cultural experiences. What is culture? Culture is the ideas, customs, and social behavior of a particular people or society. Culture is more influential than you can imagine. We're just going to examine a case study and look at the story, a very interesting story about five little monkeys. There was an experiment done where they gathered five monkeys together in a cage and they set up a ladder, and at the top of the rung of the ladder, there was banana. Now, every time we know that monkeys love banana. So every time a monkey tried to climb the ladder and get the banana, the man that set up the experiment will get ice water and spray every single monkey, both the one that tried to get the banana and even the other four that remained on the ground. And obviously, we know that monkeys don't like to be sprayed with ice water. So there was something going on that as soon as they tried to get banana, everyone got sprayed with ice water. And so eventually, when the monkey tried to climb up by themselves, they would pull that monkey down and they will beat that monkey black and blue because they don't want to be sprayed with ice water. So a new culture was now formed that no monkey should dare climb the ladder and get banana, otherwise we'll all suffer the consequences of that monkey's action. Something interesting happened in the experiment. It got to a point where they took one monkey. Remember, there were five. They took one monkey, replaced it with a new monkey. Now, guess what the new monkey did? Of course, as you can probably guess by now, he tried to climb the ladder and get the food. As soon as he tried, even before reaching the food, the other four monkeys, like policemen, they carried that monkey, pulled him down, and beat him. Now, this poor monkey did not know why he was beaten. All he knew and registered in his mind was that if I try and climb the ladder to get banana, I'll get beaten. He had no idea about what they call ice water. He had no idea. All he knew was that let me not try and get this banana because I'll be beaten. Guess what happened? Again, after a while, they took this another monkey, replaced with a newer monkey. The same new monkey did the same thing, got beaten. They replaced the third monkey with a new monkey, got beaten. The fourth monkey with a new monkey, got beaten. The fifth monkey came again, tried and got beaten. Now, something fundamental happened. There were five new monkeys. The five original monkeys had all been replaced with new monkeys. Yet, every time a new monkey came, they would carry the monkey and beat the monkey. The fascinating thing about this is that all the new monkeys had no idea about the ice water. They had no idea about the repercussions for climbing the ladder. However, all they knew in their culture was that any monkey that tries to climb the ladder will get beaten. So it's amazing how powerful culture is, that you have five monkeys that will do something even though they were not born into a system, they will flow with the paradigms and the ideologies of that system because of culture. You see, we tend to do things the way we are told. And the way they have always been done without questioning or revisiting the reason behind it, even long after the reason ceases to exist. Now, if all cultural perspectives are good, then why not? But then what happens when their ideologies are what limits a person from advancing? There are people who feel guilty about making money, for example, because of certain cultural ideologies, and because certain cultural ideologies frown at abundance. You see, you have a person with so much potential for wealth, so much potential for abundance, but they limit themselves because of wrong belief system that has come from culture and cultural perspective. You must intentionally and unapologetically win yourself from unhealthy beliefs that comes from cultural paradigms. I have an assignment for us because we want to make this interactive. Can you find out from your own particular culture what are the self-limiting cultural ideologies that limit your mindset, both your mindset towards finance and your mindset towards a good quality of life? Write them down one by one, maybe on your phone or a piece of paper. And once you have listed them, check if these beliefs have influenced your choices and decision making, and then make an honest appraisal and then determine that to no longer be loyal to these thoughts and ideas. The second major influence that limits our mindset or that brings mindset limitations is what we call our background. You see, it's often said that a child is a product of their genetic makeup, one, and also their environment during their formative years of their lives. That environment is called your background. This is the stage where we adopt behavioral belief systems and ideas and assimilate them right into our subconscious. Many of us have been literally programmed as a result of our background. This programming has even decided the type of people we're attracted to and want to eventually settle down with. Have you seen situations where good girls, for example, we only fall in love with bad boys? You can bring a good boy to that woman. You can bring a responsible boy to that woman. The woman will appreciate, say, he's a nice guy, he's a good guy, but for some reason, she will have no form of attraction to that guy. Only the bad boys, only somebody that can hurt her is who she will eventually want to follow. But you see, that's not my topic for today. We will soon begin a series on relationships and toxic traits that affect human relationships and things such as emotional intelligence. But for today, we are dealing with wealth and abundance. But do let me know in the comment section what you prefer to review immediately after this series. Would you prefer the relationship discussion, or do you prefer other topics such as leadership, purpose, or any other thing? Do let me know in the comment section. Thank you. But back to our emphasis for today. That's how powerful that our backgrounds can be. You see, what you subconsciously learn or what you subconsciously understand about wealth and finance can literally set a boundary as to how far you can go in life. There are people who all they saw growing up were good parents, but parents who are afraid to take chances, who are fearful and never took risk. If these children are not deliberate about their mindset, they are most likely going to opt for the safest paying job. They will never dare to look for better jobs. They will never even see themselves trying business ventures. Why? Because their ideology of fear has been inherited because of their background. My question is, what other things have we inherited that is limiting how far we can go? Again, another assignment for us, because we are making this practical. Regarding our background, please get a piece of paper. You may even want to press pause now. Get a piece of paper, maybe on your phone, and begin to list everything about your background and how you grew up, both good and bad. The good things are the values you inherited that are beneficial for you, but the bad ones are what we call the limiting mindset. Once you have written them down, make a list, both good list and a bad list. Determine in your heart to rid yourself from every limiting mindset of the things that you have written down. The third major factor that causes a mindset limitation is what we call past failures. You see, failure has a unique way of deflating your confidence and destroying your self-esteem. In a future video, we'll be dealing with the law of failure, and I'll be showing you that failure can actually be your greatest advantage. It just depends on your perspective. You can choose to feel bad, play the victim card, and not try again because of the fear of failing, or you can turn failure into a lesson teacher that shows you the things you need to improve upon with each experience. You see, for champions, failure is another step towards perfection and greatness. But for everyone else, failure becomes a mindset of negativity. Failure becomes a mindset of negativity, pessimism, and fear. There are some lessons people will never learn until they fail. Failure is a powerful key to success, but how are you seeing it? The fourth level, or the fourth thing that affects your mindset. Remember, we're dealing with the 5 principal factors that causes mindset limitation. I hope you're following. The fourth thing that causes mindset limitation is your level of exposure. You see, exposure opens your mind to possibilities outside your immediate environment. You see, we become what we behold, good or bad. So the more we behold, the more we can become. I need us to ensure that we are deliberate about what we can see, because the more you see, the more you can think. And our experience in life is a summation of our most dominant thoughts. We need to travel far with our mind. You see, there has never been a better time for exposure than the digital age that we were in. In this era, you can travel to 5 nations in the space of 30 minutes. How? What do I mean by that? You can travel by seeing their videos. You can see videos and pictures of nations online. So saying, oh, I don't have enough money to travel is no longer an excuse that will be accepted in the times that we live in. Your lack of exposure has a direct correlation with a limiting mindset. The more exposed you are, the more flexible and rich your mindset can be. Just a caveat, exposure must also be guided. Unguided exposure can destroy. Exposure must be guided for it to be profitable. Don't expose yourself to unnecessary things that will bring negativity and influence you wrongly. And last but not the least, the fifth major principle or the fifth major factor that causes mindset limitation is our association. You will never outgrow the need for a good association. You must be very careful to select associations that have similar beliefs and values that you have. You will become what you surround yourself with. Can I tell you something as a joke? If there are 5 foolish people in a room, or there are 5 people that you call friends that are foolish, guess what? They are not 5, they are 6. Why? Because a company of fools will naturally also make us become foolish as well. So whoever we surround ourselves with is what we eventually become. These are the five forces that shape a person's mindset. Our culture, one, our background, two, our past, three, exposure, four, and our association. These have shaped our ideologies and our mindsets. Our job now is to change the ideologies that are not beneficial and replace them with superior ones. If you want to help a man, first look at his results. His results will lead you to his convictions. His convictions will lead you to his belief systems. If you can change the belief system of a person, you can change his conviction. And when his conviction changes, his results will also change in time. The law of mental transformation is a process where your old ideologies are replaced with new superior information. This brings us to the end of this law, the first law of wealth. In the next video, we'll be learning about the laws of relationships. It is amazing that we are talking about wealth and finance, yet we have not yet mentioned business ideas, investment schemes, and job opportunities. I'm sure you're seeing a pattern now that wealth and a life of abundance is first who you are becoming before what you do. See you soon. If you found this videos impactful and you want to reach out to me personally, you can reach out to me on my Instagram account at Suki_Okupe. You can send me a direct message. I would love to hear from you and I would love to speak to you as well. I'm also on Facebook at Suki Okupe, but let me admit I'm not always on Facebook. I'm more active on Instagram. So and also on TikTok at Suki Okupe. Again, I would love to hear from you so that we can have more conversations, one-on-one conversations and discussions on this and see how we can improve each other and get better.